What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again, and it is a very exciting evening because it is Last of Us night on HBO, but not really going to talk about that probably too much unless you guys want to talk about it, then we'll just go with it. But we are going to talk about philosophy, collecting philosophy, because there's really not that much news to talk about. We've already talked about Avatar, we talked about the DeLorean, we've talked about all that stuff. That said, what we should do is talk about what the next Hot Toys release could be. We're also going to talk about the top 3 Hot Toys on pre-order right now from each panelist. Would you be interested in a premium line? And also some other great philosophical topics that are going to work your brain. That said, let's roll the intro. Yo, what is up, guys? Look at this Avengers level panel. And every time, I don't know if Justin remembers this, because when we used to stream together, I don't know if you were on that stream, Justin, but there was one time I did an intro like that and I was muted the entire time and no one told me. And then I looked back and I was like, everyone said after the chat, they were like, damn, you were muted the whole time. I was like, that could have been my best intro. And I was muted the whole time.
We'll never know.
I know, we won't. Only I will know. Only I will know. That said, guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Before we jump into our first topic, we've got to address this beautiful Avengers level panel and address this beautiful chat. And of course, we're going to watch Last of Us tonight. But before all that, Layout, 1/6 scale man, the man with the beautiful yellow overalls. How you doing, man?
It's
Isn't
brown.
that what
They're brown.
well, I mean, the outfit's yellow. I mean,
Yeah,
the overalls are brown, but you know.
Yeah. No, it's cold as shit here. So of course, today was one of those days where I was like, you know what, I have to layer up, especially being in the basement where it traps all the actual, air. It's cold down here anyway, so it intensifies because it's the basement. So it's like, yeah, let me kind of layer up, and it's cold outside. So yeah,
it's so cold.
If you had to go to the restroom, it'd be really hard.
Yeah, well, yeah. How do people do that? Like farmers and stuff. I don't know. I guess they just don't have to go that much.
I mean,
their pants.
I'll buckle, I guess.
Yeah, you unbuckle the overalls, you just sit on the toilet or pee or however you want to do it. It's not a problem after that. It's not,
seems complicated.
It's more complicated for you right now because you got to take a shit. So that's where it's different. You know what I mean? So that's what your mind frame is, bro.
Not on the live stream. And I don't even know if you were going to be demonetized because YouTube's new rules. And what is it, in like the first minute? Like, I don't even know. Supposedly there's like, I don't know if Justin's heard about this, some new rules where like if you cuss in the first minute or something, you could get demonetized. I don't know. It's like this weird thing that YouTube's talking about doing. I don't know. So we're going to see. We're going to see if that's a thing. But hey, Carlos has got to go to the bathroom. So I guess we're going to find out. Layout, thanks so much for joining, bro. Mr. Justin's collection, flexing the module spaces on it. How you doing this evening, man?
You know what? I'm doing okay. Thanks for having me on.
Yes.
It's a Monday. It's Sunday for you. So it's a start of my week. It's the end of your week. I don't know.
Yeah, you're in the future.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, but tomorrow's off though. Tomorrow we have it off.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is it
because we got Martin Luther King Day tomorrow. Yeah.
See, we don't have any public holidays down here, so Steph's already worked. So it's just me with the boys talking toys. It's gonna be fun
with the boys and the coffee that you perfected. So
I need to take a shit.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, great to hear, Carlos. Carlos, how you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing pretty good. So yes, Layout is correct. I ate a lot. And I'm constipated. So
well, I'm glad I'm sure the people are thrilled to hear.
Yep, they are. And just for today, what I did is I got my Ryu or Ryu, however you pronounce it, and just for layout, I brought out my little foot.
Oh, there you go.
So you can see the little toe. So
he has swappable feet.
Not so little though. That's
a big toe. So you have a little, little toe.
That's a big
there.
foot peg.
2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at it. Look at the bottom.
That's a lot of detail, dude.
Look at the pedicure he had.
Damn.
Yeah, even in 1080p.
You notice I'm not paying you no damn money.
Look at the vein work though.
You
know what I mean? So
there you go. That said, guys, we're going to address the chat and we're going to try to keep this to an hour-and-a-half show per usual because we got Last of Us at 9. I don't want to hold y'all up. I don't want to hold me up. That said, we still got a beautiful show for you guys. So let's get right into it after we address some super chats that we got. Christian Maher, thank you so much, Christian, for the beautiful, very wonderful super chat. Thank you. What's up, everyone? Last of Us tonight. Do you think we'll end up getting figures from the show? If so, which company would you like to tackle it? So, Justin, I'm going to say yes. What do you think?
That seems right up 3-0's alley.
It does.
All the way up that alley. Just right up there. I think yes, and I think 3-0. They got, what's that? Walking Dead. It's another zombie thing. It's HBO. Get it done.
I'm kind of hoping, Justin, that they don't get it.
I
kind of want NR to get it.
To get it,
Yeah, that would be good. Although Yeah, they did mention that license things. Like if they've got the HBO licenses, then it might be a struggle. But they're doing Game of Thrones.
Right.
It's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
It's possible.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what do you guys think, Carlos? What do you think?
No, I think 3-0 is probably going to get it, but man, I'm really hoping that it's like Justin said. Actually, I'm hoping that what Justin said is wrong. Is that it's not 3-0 and it's and that it's in art. I really want.
Usually, when I say something on a stream, I'm usually wrong. So
I know. I remember when you said there's no way they make King Shark, and that day
it was like the next day. It was. I messaged Justin the next day. I was like, bro, that didn't age well. But there's so many that I've done like that too. Honestly, there's so many. Like I've totally done shit like that all the time. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Lael's gonna be watching tonight, aren't you, Lael? Watching Last of Us?
Oh
tonight?
yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm assuming 3-0 Lael will probably get it, but maybe it's like, like Justin said, Game of Thrones, where we get 3-0 doing it and InArt doing it.
You know what, bro? I'm in this field. I learned never to roll the dice on anything. So whoever gets it at this point. Yep. Like, because you never know. You know what I mean? You never know. And
but
we always
guesstimate.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to play myself, bro. Not on live TV, not on live stream.
Live TV.
I'll leave it at that. Like I'm saying, whoever gets it, gets it. To me personally, if I don't think InArt would get it. I don't believe that they would right now, because we know that there are licensing issues, and we know that there's a parameter within that license that they can actually touch. So again, I personally don't think that they would get it. If they did, it'd probably be somewhere down the line, because it looks like they're sticking to the script right now when it comes to pieces.
Right.
And they're just trying to get whatever they actually said they were going to get out first, which we won't see probably anything else till down the line. And also considering the simple fact that right now this Aragorn seems to be the most popular topic now for like the last and a half. And they know that the response on that has been incredible. I think that they're going to kind of extend that line when it comes to Lord of the Rings, bro. I really think they might consider that. So, I mean, they already got their plate full. So putting anything else on it right now, I doubt it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we shall see. That said, thank you so much, Christian. Appreciate that, bro. We got Ganesh. I put all my hot toys up for sale after Optical referenced them as dolls and being a grown-ass man. LOL. What's up, guys? Well, hey, to each their own. That's what we'll say. So I love Optical nonetheless. Xander said, hey, I'm glad someone else noticed that. He sure didn't sound happy or inspirational. Yeah, Optical maybe he was just in a bad mood that day or something. But it's all fine. It's all love with Optical. Some guy, what's up, collecting fam? OG Mando, a new channel member. Thank you so much, OG Mando. Appreciate you, bro. Love that avatar, by the way. That's amazing. And Josh McCoy, Last of Us time, baby, let's go. Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely, bro. We got to talk about that soon. OG Mando, now a channel member. Thanks so much, bro. Some guy in the house. Let's see, Xander's talking about Last of Us as well. Nice. My buddy was on Scout for the whole production in Alberta. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Wish I got to do something like that. Good for health. Some guy, Renz Talentino, the artist himself. King Killa, Dinesh Thiagaraja, channel member. Thanks so much, Dinesh. Some guy, Sean Bean himself. S-Beam. I like to call him Sean Bean. Channel member. Thanks so much, bro, for joining. AJ Agarusa, Alistair McCrae, live during wildcard games. Oh, man. Yeah, well, we're going to roll with it. Collecting must roll on. So we're going to do it. Serafina Lights. I always have trouble pronouncing that one. Hello, Serafina. Tyria, what's up? Mark Attack. Hello, Will. Can you do some ASMR? Maybe one day. Send it in the super chat. Maybe I'll do it. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'll do it. It depends on the super chat. Charles Rubel. Will, if you're in your panel with 1/6 figures, what do you think your accessories would be? That's a tough one.
Leo, you want to go on and say mine?
No.
Probably an Imodium.
An Imodium bill.
Imodium or a kitchen set.
Yeah, probably like a pot and pan diecast.
I would probably see like the kitchen set,
one of these, but just like in one.
I think that would probably be me, not you, but
probably a bidet, bro.
Yeah,
bidet, exactly. But with the squirting option.
Docinator, what's up, Docinator? Barrett, Jose Hernandez, hey everyone. Bet Will excited for Last of Us. Oh, nice. Yeah, I absolutely am. And Cromander, very happy for you, bro. Thule, Nick's Collectibles, what's up, Barrett? Riot, Mark Attack. Lael is Super Mario's cousin. Was that Wario? Is that yeah, I guess that could work. Markagy. Yeah, sorry for not pronouncing your name correctly. I'm trying. Even Justin's rocking a beard. Yeah, I said before the show, Nathan, I didn't get to say it on live, but this is the most masculine panel we've ever had. There's beards all around. A lot of
beard.
Yeah, you have a beard. Yeah, you have facial hair.
All right.
So it counts. Mark Attack, Steve Showcase, Last of Us, a lot of Last of Us talk. Ren's talking about Last of Us 2. Mark Attack, Ken Carpenter said, Justin, I hope you have some space cleared for that DeLorean.
Well, in the storage unit, I do.
In the storage unit.
It is downstairs, and they did Velcro straps, which I don't think they've ever done Velcro straps before or anything. I might be misremembering, but I think it's a first. You know, they saw it.
I don't know.
Did it? I don't know.
I did.
Pretty big vehicle.
I don't know, maybe, but it felt really different with the Velcro strap. I was like, dang.
Yeah, that's always feels luxury, doesn't it, Justin?
Yeah, although Hot Toys Velcro straps, they're kind of like,
oh,
they weren't logo. They had no logos or anything, and they were really, really like on there. Like you were like fighting to tear the things off.
Because anytime you get Velcro straps on like Iron Studios or Queen or whatever, you're like, this is premium. Like, I love this Velcro. Yeah.
Wow, you're that easily pleased, huh?
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. You got to be easy to please sometimes. Let's see. Sean Bean, Christian Lopez, Chris Santos, Michael Jones. Nice. Happy you caught a live stream. Dion Bandola. Last of Us show is in 1 hour and 18 minutes. It indeed is. Just E. Let's see here. Dinesh, 4K Media Guy. What's up? Calvin Williams, the drawer dropper. Good to see you, Calvin. Justin probably doesn't know about that, but I'll explain. Harold Dorothy, would you guys think in art would revolutionize a seamless body? If so, what human or creature characters would you like to see? Interesting. I think they're going to do it with Wonder Woman. I'm going to save that for a little bit because we're going to talk about some of this, but Wonder Woman's probably going to be the first one. Joanna Tenalama? I think I got that correct. Optical is an OG. He's been in the game for a minute. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Jovius, what's up? Retromando, Hot Toys Collector. Let's see. Safo. Jason Himmelwright, Retromando. Okay, so I think we got everyone. Guys, let's jump into the first topic. First topic being, what do we hope is the next Hot Toys release? Because they already teased the photo. They're saying, here's what's coming next. It's in the near future. Hopefully before Chinese New Year. Probably not all of them, but at least some of them, right? Because that's coming up in maybe another couple weeks from my recollection.
A week, I think.
Yeah, when is it, Justin?
I think it's a week from now.
A week from now? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like a week-long thing.
Next Sunday.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Next Sunday. Okay, yeah, see, that's pretty soon. So we don't have much time for Shang-Chi and Wenwu. We need those quick, Howard, so we got to get those out. But Leia, what do you think, man? What do you hope is the next Hot Toys release on the docket?
Well, I mean, come on, man. I mean, definitely I hope it's Captain America himself. I definitely want that figure. Not saying that it's gonna. I mean, here's the thing: it's like I always everything that I want never happens. So it's always one of those type of things. So I would love to have Sam Wilson first. But again, I don't know. Like with them, they might give us a clone. They could give us the Iron Man Mark 1. You never know. Preferably, again, I would love to have that Sam Wilson cap. That's definitely on my list. They might give us that Silver Centurion. It's like,
they probably will.
Bro, they know that everything that you want and everything that everybody else wants, they're just gonna give you. It's always going to be the complete opposite, just because they can. You know what I mean? So. You never know, bro. It's hard to say. Like it really is hard to say. Like I hope it's Cap. It could be. You know what? I would settle for Cap, Wenwu, and Shang-Chi if they did that. You know what I mean? Definitely would settle for Wonder Woman, but I already know that's going to be delayed. So I don't know. It just depends. Right now it's up in the air, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, me personally, I thought King Shark should have been dead last. But I mean, that's just. That's just my thoughts, but I don't know. It just depends on what everybody wants. But damn, I would love to have that cap, man. Because right, if I'm not mistaken, that cap was supposed to come out during the summer, right? Even before summer hit, and then they delayed it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's late.
Yeah, he's like super late. You know what I mean? Him, Wonder Woman are late. So I don't know. We just have to see.
Yeah. I guess we will, bro. Lay out my answer, though. I really want Shang-Chi and Wenwu. I'll take either one, preferably both, though. Because I would assume, Justin and I talked about this, I would assume, Justin, that we're probably going to get both of them at the same time. That's maybe what they're waiting for.
Then they can do the blogger pics of them, like, fighting.
Yeah, fighting it out. And I'm going to jump around a little bit before I get to Carlos. So, Justin, what do you think? What's your prediction? What do you hope? And what's your prediction for what's next on the docket here? Because we always get this wrong. You and I always get this wrong every time.
I know.
I remember we always used to be like Ahsoka, and it never happened.
It's definitely it's Ahsoka. No, but I seriously, I really want it to be Shang-Chi, but at the same time, I gotta go with my DC fam. that XE suit Batman. He's an absolute beast.
That actually makes sense.
So different. It's got that sick diorama base with the icicles. I mean, come on. I want that XE suit Batman real bad. But second, very close second, is definitely Shang-Chi. I mean, I'm a huge Simu Liu fan all the way back to like Kim's Convenience. So when he was cast as Shang-Chi, I was like, oh, hell yeah. That guy has got it. So Shang-Chi, very close second, but XE suit Batman, number one.
Dude, that is a really cool Batman, Justin. It's very unique looking, I feel like. It's like a tank,
He's
dude.
big. He's really big. When Ryan saw him in person, I was like, it's not that big, surely. Ryan's like, nah, bro.
Is it really, is it what, like 14 inches tall, something like that? I gotta look it up.
I do not know, but he's also got that, like, the step up on the base because it's that little diorama base, so it's a little bit tall because of that as well. So he's going to stand out. If you get your Arkham display and you have that boy in there, it's going to stand out for sure.
It's going to look dope. And I just have a feeling, like Lael said, it's going to be like, we're dropping the Silver Centurion, peace, Happy New Year. That's what it's going to be. And then we're all going to be like, God damn it.
God. Do you think
Here we go.
you can't take off the Silver Centurion stuff, right? Like, it's pretty much a power pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
at
don't
least it's
think
going to
you
make
can.
my life easier.
I don't think you can, and that's the thing. Like, Justin, I don't know if Will told you, but I canceled that Mark V suit up.
Good.
I didn't want to go through that process.
Lael, it was awful. It looks cool when you get to the end result and when you have him in the racing suit, but in between, things were falling off. I broke a couple of things. It was just like, oh my God.
No sacrifice, no victory, bro. What kind of shit is this?
But it's full sacrifice, because when you have that stuff on, you're literally sacrificing that racing suit. Like, you leave it on for 5 minutes, that racing suit is gone forever. It's torn to shreds. Like,
Really?
going on mine's gone. Yeah.
Somebody somebody was out in chat that actually follows the channel. Actually, because I had 4 people. I was talking about this the other day. I had 4 people who actually sent me pictures of their figure in pieces. Not only just the simple fact that pieces, had fractured off of the actual armor itself, but if you take off, and especially 2 people around the leg and thigh area, they took it off and it ripped the actual suit. Like it, snapping,
it tore into it.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I was like,
why is it
I'm
not
good.
magnets?
I don't know.
Why is it friction? Are they mental? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
so I was like, after that, I'm checked out.
Well, it's funny because Justin, and Leia, I was thinking about getting that suit. Remember, Leia, we talked about it, but then I saw what Justin said.
Motherfucker.
I know. I'm glad you were able to cancel it because I'm glad it worked out for you. But I mean, the Jetta video, with that one, I was like, well, he's having a real hard time with this. And then I know Justin was like, well, this thing's a pain in the ass. And I heard other people saying the same thing. They were breaking things. Kiko even said he loves it, but it's like getting it put together. He said it took him hours to put together, basically. Yeah. And even then, he's like, it's a process. Yeah. And I'm not sure, Justin, why it went that way. And I'll let
you. They got caught up, Will. They got caught up in the whole, wouldn't it be so cool if we have this suit up thing that we can take the thing off? And they quickly rushed it, and they didn't think, magnets. I'm so surprised Jetta did it all on camera. Round of applause to him, because when I sat down and I started putting those pieces, I was like, no, I am not filming this. It would take me forever. Like, you'll click one piece in, and then something else will pop out. And then you click that back in, and then something else will pop out. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, nah. See, and that's nope.
Well, I even felt it was mild, like the old Winter Soldier figure, the first one. Like, you put them together, and then the guns are popping off and falling off, and the knives are falling out. And that's a mild version compared to this, probably. But anyway, so Carlos, what do you think, man? What's next on the docket? Do you think the Batman? You think Silver Centurion? Shang-Chi, possibly?
Did was this White Trooper and the Clone Trooper, and then the
I don't think they were released yet.
Have they been released?
No,
Jesse hasn't been released.
So it could be them.
Okay, so all right, if they announce something like on
Jesse
Monday,
wasn't he?
like have you reviewed these?
I think Jesse.
No, I don't think those are out yet, are they?
No, not out yet.
Okay.
So if they announce something like tomorrow or Tuesday, then maybe they'll announce like a Mark 1 or Shang-Chi, because they're going to be really popular overseas, so people can still rush out, get it, and make a last minute purchase before they go to like New Year's. But if they don't, let's say it takes them a little longer, then I think they're going to release something that's like probably lower tier, like XE Batman, the Clone Trooper, Trooper Jesse. Those are probably going to be the first to go, because I would imagine that if they're going to release a Mark 1, then they probably want to do it because a Mark 1 is going to be really popular overseas. Like, it's just the first Iron Man, and it's die cast and all that stuff. So I'm assuming they probably won't release that, or if they do, it's going to be like, tonight at midnight or something like that. I don't know. That's what I would say. So if I had to guess, it would be one of those Trooper, the Jesse, or the XE Batman. One of those three, just because they're probably not going to do as well overseas than like an Iron Man will.
Batman actually does really well in Hong Kong and China.
Does he?
Does it?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why Prime 1 makes everything.
Maybe there you go then. Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
The Star Wars then for sure.
Isn't Prime, is
It'll
Prime
be
1 in
Star
Japan?
Yeah,
Is that
Star
what
Wars.
Yeah, in Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But still Asia. So, but but still,
Maybe the Star Wars one then.
Yeah.
Is it me? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just looking at this picture differently, but that Mark 1 looks small. Like it looks really short.
Yeah, and
It is small. It's like 11 something inches. It's smaller.
It's the same size as the original Mark 1. Just they've literally just popped a few metal pieces on. I think.
It made it LED, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
And it has,
USB
like,
for the little fan thing.
Well, Leo, I think that was a complaint, Leo, when it originally was put up for PO. People were like, "It's a little small, isn't it?" Like,
That's why his
11
base
inches.
is so big. He's like,
It looks
Yeah, exactly.
really
To prop
small.
him up, Justin. Exactly.
Well, it's supposed to be smaller than the other, than like the
Suits,
Mark
yeah.
III.
Because Tony's not that tall. Yeah.
well, you know what's
Yeah.
funny about the base? It's the original base from the 2.0 diecast, and they just glued it on to a riser that says Iron Man on it. So it's not even a new base. It's literally the old base glued onto another base just to give them a little bit.
Give it a little bit of
height.
height. Wow.
Well, I'm happy people got the DeLorean. You know, they got the is not the Listerine Iron Man, but it's pretty close to that, right? It might as well be. So
Gantry,
that gantry. And I, Justin, I
Hell
said this.
no.
I don't know if Justin got to hear this, but I told Carlos and Leo this. I was like, dude, that Iron Man such is probably like, do not send it to us. We don't want it. It's gonna sit in the warehouse for 3 years. We're gonna have to discount it 60%, and they're never gonna move it. So so I'm sure Sideshow ordered like 5 of them. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But I'm hoping for Shang-Chi and Wenwu. That's my pick because I'm a homer and I don't care what the most likely scenario is. I want what I want. So I'm going to pick the Shang-Chi and Wenwu. So that's what I'm going to go with. That said, guys, I want to ask you guys another very important question here. And this came up recently. Carlos and I talked about this and he kind of brought up the idea. And I've gotten some mixed feedback on this. Some people are interested, some are not. But I want to ask you guys the question. I want the chat to weigh in on this too. And I'll put a poll up for you guys because I think Javier was saying he wanted a poll or someone wanted a poll. So I'm going to put a poll
Javier.
Yeah. So would you guys be interested in a premium line from Hot Toys? Maybe something akin to what InArt is offering for Hot Toys, for Star Wars, for Marvel. Maybe they can somehow find a way to do rooted hair that's not Barbie-like. They can do something like that, right? They could do real leather parts. They could just say, okay, we're going to get our best artists on these. These are going to be a little more care and detail and effort into these, but we're only going to do maybe the top tier characters. We'll do like Obi-Wan and Anakin and Iron Man and Mando and stuff like that. That's not going to be for every character. And maybe it's Darth Vader, right? Maybe you would pay $500 or $550, $600 for a Darth Vader instead of $350. That's the question I want to ask you guys. So I want to start actually with Justin because I don't know what you're going to say. And I'm really interested to hear this. And I know with Carlos, Leo, I'm a little unsure also. But Justin, what do you think? Would you be interested in sort of a premium line from Hot Toys? I bring up this Vader because imagine it with real leather, how that could go. What do you think?
No. I'm not to say that they couldn't do it. I think they could. They've got some really talented artists. We know they do. And they've used real leather before. And they've done stuff like, their DX line with moving eyes and swappable head sculpt. So we've seen what a premium line is, basically their DX line. But I don't think that there's space for them to go that next step because a couple of reasons. Number one, their stuff already takes the longest out of any company to release, like 2 to 3 years. So imagine if they were then like, nah, we've got to get a little guy to come and pop the little hairs in. It's going to take even longer. Like, from announcement to release of that Joker, and they're making statues as well at the same time, and life-size busts and life-size Hulkbusters. So it's not like they're just sitting around doing nothing so they could work on Joker. I don't think that Hot Toys could afford to make us wait even longer for that extra little flourish. But also, I think people are already saying that they're priced out. When it comes to the DX line, it's getting more expensive. Diecast Iron Man getting more expensive. So I don't think that there's room for Hot Toys to go that step above. If they did, it would have to be under a new name, like Queen Studios and InArt, Hot Toys and
Hotter
Super
toys.
Hotter, yeah, even hotter toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hottest toys.
White hot toys. You know,
Yeah,
the
right,
next level of
exactly.
heat.
Whoa,
Raising the
no,
heat.
don't do that.
So I don't think that they could under Hot Toys. DX is already like their premium. They've got quarter scale. That's the next step up again. I don't think that for me personally, I wouldn't be interested in that. Let J&D and InArt and maybe Infinity, let them fight that out. Let them have the premium level in terms of that price point and the quality, because they're smaller, they can pivot, they're more agile, they can do stuff like the individual hand punched hair. Hot Toys, they're massive, they're a giant. Let them handle the big licenses like Star Wars, and we need volume there. Like, nobody's going to be happy. Say Hot Toys did their premium line and it was a much higher price point, but they did like one a year. People are like, what the hell? What am I going to do with just my Obi-Wan? He's going to be sitting there for a
Just
year.
Obi-Wan.
Hell no. We need a line. We need a full line. So I'm just going to go with no. And I hope I've explained myself well as to why.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I want to let Carlos jump in here and see kind of his thoughts on this one, because I'm wondering, and Carlos, if this is going to be maybe a necessity. I'm not sure, but I guess only time will tell. What do you think?
So I think there would be a lot of pushback, but I think everyone would want it eventually. I think for certain characters, not all characters, and I feel like Hot Toys is getting a little bit faster releases. It's taking about a year now. I think smaller batches. I think we'll start seeing like less and less figures being made now that the budget's going to be spread out thinner. But I think there should be, I mean, you can still release a Darth Vader like this, and then you can release that DX version, because their DX is not even DX anymore at this point. They give the rolling eyes and all those different things to other figures. So I think there's room for it. We've seen the Aragorn and the Joker from InArt, the sculpted version, and then you add the rooted hair when done right, and it just gives it another level of realism, and it looks that much better, in my opinion. So I think there's room for it. I think, like, if you get a Darth Vader that, it's going to be real leather, so you don't have to worry about the peeling, that's going to be 3, 4, 5 years from now, or, like the Winter Soldier, if they were to remake it, but now that jacket is made out of real leather, and that's going to cost an extra 100, 150. I think people will line up for it for certain figures. Like if they made a Mantis with like rooted hair, I don't think that's going to do well. But if they do, Darkseid Anakin with rooted hair and real leather and a rechargeable, saber or whatever, like, not, a saber you can put in a cable in so you can see it, but I think those would do really, really well. I think if Hot Toys was to make that line, so yeah, I think they should, and I think there is room for them. And I think out of necessity they will, because they're the only ones that can do a Marvel and Star Wars right now. So I think they should, and I think people will line up for, like I said, for these figures. We'll say no, but when it comes time to it, they'll get like this Anakin. They'll do it. So yeah, I think there's room for it, and I think people will get it too. So
yeah, because it already looked. I mean, hey, and I know like people were saying like it's hard to pay for maybe some InArt and pay for some J&D, and then also pay for Hot Toys. So they feel like there's a place for each of them, and I do agree. But I guess Hot Toys is not quite used to this position. They're not used to this where they're not the best. So. And we still don't know that, right? Because we don't have all the InArt figures in hand. I know Justin has his, and we'll wait and see how the other ones turn out. But I guess we'll find out. Leal, what do you think, bro? Would you be interested in a premium Wonder Woman, for example?
I mean, I definitely would, but I don't think. Here's the thing, bro. I don't think Hot Toys, they have way too many IPs to be a premium distributing company, bro. Like literally, they do. I mean, you have Disney, everything under the Disney, arc. Warner Brothers, some Warner Brother properties. You have a lot of these one-offs. You got the VGM video game section as well. Like you have all of that, and when within Disney Plus alone, all those shows. You know what I mean? There's a lot. I mean, hell, tomorrow night we're supposed to get a trailer for season 3 of Mando during the Dallas game. So if you basically tomorrow night. I'm
excited. Thank you, Leia.
Yeah, tomorrow night. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you think about all of that, and then you're asking for premium. Yes, there's a few pieces that, I mean, again, they've gotten out. Now let's be honest. Like a lot of those pieces that they actually got out, and that weren't as delayed, It's because there's a push by Sideshow to get those pieces. We know that within the last year they've been doing that. They've been holding on to pieces based on Sideshow's demand. So again, we know that already. But dealing with all that and then asking for premium, yeah. If they made that announcement, you probably won't see those figures for 6 years, to be quite honest, because that's just the way it feels. So, I mean, it does, bro. Like, it just kind of feels that way because they have way too many pieces out there right now. And then we got to deal with the delay aspect of it. You know, there's always delays. They're always saying, you know, this is being pushed. They got to put out the disclaimer. We would definitely want to see some premium pieces from them. And a lot of people would want that. I know you would, but it's just, do they have the time, space, and the manpower to do it? And it just like, sometimes it doesn't seem like they do. You know what I mean? Whereas InArt right now, again, they're only playing within that Warner Brother field. And even with that, it's selective, you know, based on the licenses. So, you know what I mean? Again, they have time to put, you know, money and effort into putting these things out a bit earlier. Hot Toys, nah, bro. Like, we can talk about it and say, but I'm like, yeah, that probably won't happen for a minute. You know, we would want it. And what we want to basically see is to improve on what they already have. Plain and simple, improve on it. Like you have these properties, you see what InArt's doing. Even if you can't give us premium, just improve on what you have to be concerned about, because we've seen way too many inconsistencies. You know what I mean? So if you can improve on, if they're not improving on that, but then we're asking for premiums, it's like, okay, you're not going to get that, you know, premium tier that you're looking for if they can't even improve on what they currently release. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I just, for me, I don't think so.
I think Hot Toys will start improving even on their standard releases, or the releases now, because I believe that more and more over the next couple of years, we're gonna see, and I know this is another topic, but we will see less and less side characters. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot less of that over the next coming years. Then they're gonna start making every character just to make it, you know. So. Yeah. But I do agree to, you know, some points for sure.
Well, it could be a matter of, like we've talked about, Carlos, where, you know, if people are buying InArt, or like Justin mentioned, they are buying J&D or any other company that's coming in, most collectors only have a finite budget. So if you have that and you're spending now $500 on the Aragorn or whatever, like now I might not have that money to buy Mantis or Nebula or the other sort of side characters that I wanted, right? Well, I'm definitely still getting Mando, right? I'll make room for Mando, and I'll make room for Obi-Wan and Anakin and that. But Vader, but maybe I'm not making room that I might have had previously for characters like Mantis, right? That's kind of could be sort of maybe the domino effect that we see. Justin, do you think could be any credibility to that?
Look, I think there's one thing that we are forgetting.
Yeah,
because we exist in this echo chamber of Hot Toys. Hot Toys is just like, we have them, we buy them, it's just a thing. But for most collectors outside of our echo chamber, Hot Toys is already the premium.
Right.
They're already that next step up. Like people who collect Figure Arts, Marvel Legends, Black Series, etc. Hot Toys is already that top tier. So I don't know that. I don't know that with all that competition, there's room for them. They could, but I think it definitely needs to be another brand. It needs to be a sub-brand, an offshoot, separate it, draw that line, completely different, but still affiliated. Yeah, it's like if they were to make 1/12 scale figures, they couldn't do it, I don't think, under Hot Toys. It would have to be something else.
It's like Audi, it's like a premium brand, and then they own Lamborghini, which is like their ultra luxury brand.
Correct. And then they own Bentley too, which is that like next step up. So there's like different levels, but they've clearly separated. They could do it. They could do it. But like you all have said, they need to get their main line, let's just call this their main line. Their mainline products, 100%, no question. Then we can talk about premium, because they're still sculpting out of clay, I think. So like we discussed in a previous stream, it's really hard for them to now go and tweak that head sculpt without just starting again. Because if they're doing it out of clay, you can't just, you know, if it's digitally, you can move the ears up, you can move the eyes, you can do whatever. But clay is like, once it's sculpted, that's kind of it. You can't just add more clay to it.
And with that basically being said, that's where we're seeing flaws. Like, the thing is, they need to take notes. And what I could say about companies like InArt, you know, there's a level of transparency there. You know what I mean? They need to really take notes. They need to listen, because again, one of the biggest mistakes, literally one of the biggest disappointing, you know, I was waiting for this figure the whole damn year. And to get that
Yeah, I
Batman
know.
Begins in, once I got that
Oh,
Batman
yeah,
Begins,
yeah.
bro,
Oh.
I was so disappointed. And
Yeah.
and the thing is, we had this discussion the other day, like, why should we have to pay more to improve a figure? Like, if the thing is from them, if you're giving us something, there should be improvement already. There should be that level of consistency. There should be all the attributes that we see from that figure. And you've had time enough to do it since you've released it originally. So why should I have to pay $300 or $400 more to improve a figure, buying a cape, buying a head sculpt, stuff like that? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, like, the body was just, I don't know. It was just weird. It's weird. But I'm going to use it because I had that tumbler, so I have to put it to use. You know what I mean? So I have to use it, but I would have to pay more money just to improve that piece. So I think that what people want is, yes, we see companies like InArt, and they are giving us quality. Like, they definitely have my attention, when it comes to it, because they haven't, from what I see so far, they've done a great job. But I think that what people are asking for right now, instead of saying, what, we want that premium, they're just saying, look, Hot Toys, can you just get what you're doing right? Can you just give us, give us what you've promised originally in your mission statement? You know what I mean?
I just think that, yeah. And I agree with you, Leo, 100% that they should. I think the problem, and I think what we're all going to dislike that's going to come from this, is that Hot Toys, okay, they keep releasing a ton of figures, and then they keep giving us, for the most part, lately, unless it's like a reissue, a subpar release. Batman and a few others have came out that have been pretty subpar. So if they keep doing the same thing over and over, we're expecting different results, then like, that's just unlikely, right? It's just not going to happen. I think they will improve on it, but like I said, I think we're going to see less and less, lower tier popularity characters, so that they could focus more on these other characters. And I think that's what we're going to see, because Batman is, should have been improved, should have been better. That Doc Ock, the fact that the hair still had, slits for the glasses, it's kind of ridiculous. Or their, plutonium case was made out of cardboard, just little things like that I think they are definitely strapped, and so I think the only way to beat that is by making less.
But see, and this is
that
what I'm saying,
though?
is like, if you want, like, right now, it's a confidence builder. It's like gaining that confidence, gaining the consumer's confidence. And I think not Sideshow, but InArt right now is doing a good job of that. They're kind of gaining confidence because they're showing product, and they're showing that, okay, we can give you a prototype, but once it comes down to production, we can give you the same thing, if not better. You know what I mean? They're showing you that they can do that. So if we're looking at Hot Toys and we're not getting that level of consistency, right?
Yeah.
How can we have that confidence in a premium product that they release? If we see what they're giving us with their, current line, and there's no improvement and there's no consistency, how can we depend on them to say, okay, yes, we want the premium line. Yes, we would dive all the way in on that. You got to show me something first. Show me that you can get this right first, because they've done it. We know that they can do it. But if they're not showing us that, then diving into a premium line, it's just like, you're not going to have that level of confidence in it, bro.
Yeah. So Hot Toys doesn't know anything that's proprietary, right? So they have to make improvements. It's not like they have a patent on, 1/6 scale bodies or any of that. The license, it's owned by Sideshow. This is not like, for the longest time, Hot Toys was like Madden, right? Or EA Sports Madden, where like the games suck every year because they corner the market. Or Apple, Android has a better phone, but they have a better operating system than they own. Hot Toys doesn't own anything. Sideshow owns it, right? So that's how I see it. Yes, the Android is a better feature phone. That's what I mean. Justin, I see you there.
I like the folding. I want a folding.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, they had like wireless charging way before, iPhone had, and USB-C. Like, anyways, point is, they had better, faster features. So what I'm trying to say with this is that I believe that Hot Toys will eventually want to do a premium line, but I think they're going to decrease their figures that they're going to announce and increase certain premium figure lines, so that they can make up that bottom line. I think that's how they're going to probably try to do it, because before InArt, before now even Jazz Inc., before J&D, and who knows who other comes into the picture, the reality is that, Hot Toys was essentially like a Madden. They could just make minor improvements and we had no choice but to buy it. But now people are starting to realize, like, well, we don't really need to go spend money on 10 troopers when I can go buy an Aragorn that I really like, or maybe the Batman that I really like, or the Joker, right? Instead of buying 3 troopers or 4 troopers, I can go buy that. If you love troopers, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say, it gives you options.
That is tricky though. That's tricky though, because here's the thing, bro. InArt only has Warner Brothers right now, bro.
Yeah.
For now.
And as long as as long as Hot Toys basically has Star Wars and Marvel, which is bread and butter for a lot of people, and there's a lot of and the thing is, you have these shows, you have so many different things out there.
100%.
They have so that again, people are going to take the bitter with the sweet when it comes to that, because they're like, you know, it may not, but it is something from that line. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way. And right now, here's the thing. Like, I talked about this before. Yes, we're looking at InArt and we're saying, you know, they are giving us top tier. It looks great.
Right.
But in Hot Toys defense, InArt doesn't have to deal with everything as far as all these different IPs, these different licenses. So once they start picking up more licenses and they get busier and busier, you might see a little slight decline. Right now it's in a good space. Sure. But you might see that slight decline. Hot Toys has been doing this for how many years now? And they've been improving over the years. They've been improving over the years, so we know what they can do, right? So when you say like, all right, this is a reissue, but the reissue is the same damn figure you gave us the first time, right? But we know you can do better.
Well, that's my point, right? Like they own the Marvel and Star Wars, or they have the Marvel and Star Wars license, but if they don't own it, Sideshow does. So it's not like you can just be like, well, I don't have to make big improvements. No, you do, because you may have the license now. It doesn't mean you'll have it 3-4 years from now when InArt or whoever wants to come into the picture, like J&D, trust me, they're going to try to aim and go after that license too. And that doesn't mean they might get it. But point being is that over time, Hot Toys is going to have to make improvements whether they like it or not. I know Mafia said like, this is exactly where they want to be. No, they don't, because they don't own anything. There's nothing proprietary that Hot Toys does. Literally custom people do better. InArt would do better, right? So there's nothing proprietary.
It seems to me like though, and that, you know what, to be quiet, we can talk about this all day, but it seems to me that Disney, they like quantity over quality.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to let Justin hop in. So Justin, what do you think? Is this maybe a Disney thing? Is Hot Toys still in a good spot where they want to reach the collector masses, so to speak? What do you think?
Look, I'm not sure what the licensing looks like when it comes to Disney, Marvel, Star Wars with Sideshow in the mix. But all I know is for a Hong Kong-based company, it's very difficult to get a global license for Marvel, Star Wars, etc. And that's why they partnered up with Sideshow in the beginning, is because Sideshow had the license for North America and wherever the hell else they distribute for Star Wars. I'm fairly certain that still is the case. So if there was ever a time where Hot Toys did want to distribute their own product, they wouldn't have global. It would basically be an InArt situation all over again. So InArt does not have the global license for DC. Again, I'm pretty sure that's either Hot Toys or Sideshow that own outside of the Asian territories. So I don't know what that would look like if they ever were to want to do their own thing, if that makes sense. But as far as where they want to be, or this is exactly where they are, not being a premium, we need to take our collector hat off for a second. They are absolutely premium. You tell anyone who does not collect figures that you spent $200 on that 1/6 scale little man, and we're like, what? What did you?
Yeah, I've been there.
Exactly.
And you have a whole room of them? That's insane. So they're absolutely premium. Even in Hong Kong, it's not like how we have been, accustomed to collecting, where we've got to get everything. It's like, oh yeah, 100% going to get that, add to the line, add to the collection, module case, whatever. It's even in Hong Kong, you've got to be selective. I'm going to get 2 or 3 a year. People don't necessarily collect like we do. Like we always got to put ourselves just back in the situation of where normal.
Go tell someone you spent $1,000 on the Joker and then let me know what
exactly.
They're gonna look at you and be like,
what?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's what they're
exactly.
gonna say.
Like, what is wrong with you, man? Come on. And then the statues obviously is an entirely different thing.
Totally different ball game. Yeah.
Totally
I told my parents what I spent on the Joker for the J&D, and they're like, what the fuck did you do?
Like, sorry?
Well, because anytime,
yeah.
well, because like if I ever show my mom something from collecting, I'll be like, "Yeah, what do you think of this?" She's like, "That looks amazing," and then she'll be like, "How much did it cost?" And I'll be like $1,000. She'll be like, "Don't tell me anymore." She'll be like, "Don't tell."
like,
That's
just-
exactly what she says
just
every time. Yep. So and like even the Pennywise statue, Justin, half scale. She was like, she was like, "How much is that?" I was like 2,000. She was like, "I don't want to know anymore. I shouldn't ask."
Bro,
Oh my God.
Andrew, the guy some guy came fix my my filter and my fan anyway. So he saw the Iron Man, my half scale. I was like, yeah, that's like, it's like one of my prized possessions is my half scale Mark 7. He's like, that's nice. It's like, how much was that? $300, $400? I was like,
300, 400.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
it was like 3,000 or so shipped. He just like, he kind of just like
what?
stops. He's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like, okay, I'm
They
gonna
almost
charge you
don't
more
believe
now.
you. They think you're like
Yeah.
insane. Like, and then when you get to like a J&D thing, like, how much is that? And you're like, oh yeah, but it's like silicon, it's like glass eyes. They're like, oh, get off it. Like, what?
Yeah, right. They're like,
Wrong with
okay,
this guy?
Elon.
Oh,
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
with all your money.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, let's move on from that topic. But I got to move us on to something similar. So we're on the same vein because, like I said, there's not too much news. So we got to talk some big picture things that I think are going to affect us all moving forward. That said,
real quick, Will,
what's up?
Because this is funny. I'm looking at Carlos. He's sweating. He got to go to the bathroom real quick.
He needs to take an Imodium, bro.
I'm not sweating. It's my grease.
It's your
Bro,
grease.
you sweating, bro.
not
The booty
sweating,
cheeks are clenching right now,
Their
bro.
booties are clenching.
I don't know.
They call that prairie dog. That's what they call
I
it.
sat down and it went away. So I sat down and it went away.
Yep. That's how it works. That's how it works.
It's just
Well,
hot
guys,
as-
I want to ask you because I know, and I'm going to
Yeah.
ask, I'll post another poll because I know the chat seems to like the polls. I'm glad you guys are engaging. So I'm going to keep doing it.
Does Carlos
That
have to take
said-
a shit?
Yeah, this Carlos has to take a shit. Yeah, I'll ask. What I was going to ask though, because I know there's still some skepticism, I guess I could say, as far as InArt goes, because they've only released one figure and most people don't even have it yet. They only released a small batch, in China. Some people got it, most people don't. We're probably going to get them after Chinese New Year. Then everyone can sort of decide for themselves. That said, I want to ask the question, is it smart for collectors to pre-order multiple InArt figures? Because there are a lot of InArt figures up for pre-order right now. And like I said, there's still some skepticism about whether we should be pre-ordering them. Maybe we should be waiting until we get them in hand. However, my only hesitation with that, we don't know whether these are actually going to be in stock when they release. These could be pre-orders and be gone. That's actually my expectation. So I guess we're going to find out. But Justin, I want to ask you first because you're the only one here that's had that Joker in hand. Do you think people should be pre-ordering multiple InArt figures? Is it smart based on their track record and what they've shown so far?
I mean, it depends. It depends on multiple factors because probably people are expecting, oh, Justin, he did the InArt videos, of course he's going to say yes. Well, it depends on, number one, if you actually like the characters. Because if you don't, and you're just pre-ordering because of hype, or for whatever other reason, you're getting caught up in the people in the groups is saying, oh, this is the best thing ever, but you don't actually like the character, you're just doing it to be part of the thing. I would say no. But if you genuinely do like Aragorn and you've always wanted a Joker at that level, then yes, obviously, it's worth pre-ordering. Some people are still really, really skeptical. I told Will, one of my friends came over the other day and I handed him the InArt Joker. I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, oh, that's incredible. It's so good. But will the rest of them look like this? And I'm like, oh. So first of all, it's will they be able to do it? Then when they do it, it's like, oh, but will the rest of the batch be... Once they have the patterns and they have the materials and they have the printing paint application, because I don't know if you all know, but for most head sculpts, they're not actually painted in traditional sense. They're printed. So the skin texture, the detail, and Queen Studios and InArt, they've invented this new proprietary technology. The CEO was telling me on how to get that printing process faster and more accurate. So
perfect for masses?
For the final production run. Exactly. So they don't have to have a guy, sitting there doing it one by one, doing the molds and the skin texture. It's just easy. And you'll have consistency within the batches as well, which is what everyone's after. They want the first batch to look just as good as the last batch. Whereas sometimes, even with Hot Toys, there are variations between the batches. Like my Mark V reissue didn't have the silver paint on the arc reactor. Whereas with the later batches, they added that silver paint back in. So, there's inconsistency with batches sometimes. The aim for InArt is to have that not be a thing. When everyone starts getting their Joker, I think that skepticism will drop, and then people will have the confidence to pre-order more. So if you like the character and you find within yourself that you have the confidence to put that money down, I would say yes, because a lot of people are now looking for this Joker. I've seen in my group alone, there are countless posts saying, where's the best place to pre-order this from? People are like, well, not Toys Wonderland. So there are plenty of places that you can go to pre-order your figures. But if it's a character that you want and the website allows you, say, for instance, it's one where you can just put a small deposit down and, worst case scenario, you lose that $50, but you've saved yourself $1,000. At least you have that spot secured, locked in. If you want that character, it's on the way. That's how I see the whole pre-order situation with InArt. There's not that many. There's Bruce Wayne, Aragorn, Gandalf, Joker, and Batman.
And Pennywise.
So far. And Pennywise. Sorry.
Pennywise.
I don't know why. Pennywise is
because you don't care.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that creepy.
So much bias against my boy Pennywise.
It is so creepy, Will. Those teeth are so.
Isn't that sculpt
sharp.
really good though, Justin? It's like really good.
Technically speaking, it is very, very good.
It's
I don't know if I told you, Will, but I don't know if I told anyone else that the yield rate on those teeth is so low out of the molds because they are so sharp and they need to be perfect. That like half of the batch of that sculpted teeth, head sculpt, the teeth alone, they didn't make it. So they're wasting a lot of material just to make sure that those teeth are sharp as hell, so that Will, when he gets it, he can fiddle around with them, and prick his finger.
Exactly, I'll bleed. Yeah,
he'll be bleeding.
He's probably gonna return it. He's probably gonna return it.
Yeah, once I bleed on it. Yeah,
he bit me.
Yeah, he bit me.
He returns figures because the pad is too difficult to remove. So,
well, they wouldn't let me, so I sold it. So
wait, what?
Yeah. So, Justin, the battle damage Thanos, bro, I wasn't a fan, honestly. I wasn't a fan because, for one, I didn't realize you could pop the forearms off. I was like, I can't get this goddamn foam padding out from under his arm. I was trying to peel it out from under the arm. I didn't realize you could pop the forearm off.
He called me and he's like, Carlos, fuck this down. I was like, why? What happened? He's like, it's so stupid. Bro. It makes no sense. You can't even get the foam out. I was like, wait. You don't like it because you can't get the foam out of the wrist? He's like, yeah, it's so fucking difficult. I'm just gonna sell it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, it was that, Justin, and also he doesn't fit on the base. Like he doesn't fit on the rock base. Like you have to
put one knee up. And he's like, I don't want to put the knee up, Carlos. I want both legs down. I was like,
can I just say that the Hot Toys unboxing experience as a whole is quite awful. Like having to cut the tape and you're trying to get the scissors around the outfit while not trying. I hate unboxing Hot Toys figures. That plastic on there must be a better way. Just don't tape it. Surely it's not going to fly. Like it's in a clam tray. It's sandwiched between two pieces of plastic. You don't need to put tape around the arm. It's not going to go anywhere. Just.
Which true doesn't, because especially with like leather and fabric materials and the tape, and I'm trying to cut the tape and not cut the suit.
So tight.
And I'm just like, I'm gonna cut this figure. That's basically, I never have, luckily, but
me neither.
Been very careful. That's probably Hot Toys was like, exactly. You never cut
one day will. One day we will, and then you'll sell it.
Yeah, I probably will.
Probably will.
Dude, that was the thing with Loki, Justin. I was trying to cut the little tape piece, and I was like, if I cut this damn thing after waiting 3 years for it, then I'm gonna be so pissed. Yeah. So, but nonetheless, Leo, what do you think, man?
The neck as well.
Oh yeah, the neck. Yeah, exactly. The neck. Well, Leo, what do you think, man? Is it smart right now to pre-order multiple InArt figures? Should we be more skeptical? Should we be more cautious? What do you think?
That's definitely a conversation worth revisiting after you have the piece in hand. I mean, because the thing is, it's like I would say that to anybody because I don't have the Joker yet. Looks like I won't be getting mine till March. So that's probably what we'll be looking at right now. But yeah, I think it's just here's the thing. Like I told everybody I got the Batman Bruce Wayne all in already paid off. That's basically already paid off. It's already done. I got that through Spec Fiction. You know what I mean? Again, we know, and that's even with knowing how long it may take through Spec. But I mean, again, it's free shipping, or actually I've already paid everything off, and it's good. I used that from a statue that I was going to get that was disappointing. So I just called him up. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get this because you take what I paid for that and put it towards that. Ended up paying it off. So I was cool. But I would tell anybody, like I said, I mean, the thing is, it's like like I said this the other day, perception is going to be different for someone else's. Their vantage point is going to be totally different. What they're going for is going to be different. Wait until you get a piece in hand first before you start ordering multiple, because this is high end. It is more money. And the thing is, you can't go off of just word of mouth sometimes. You got to wait until you see it. Like, you can see photos and everything like that. It's cool. Photos may bode well. But once you get it in hand, it might be something very small that you don't like about the pieces. You're like, you know what? I'm done, Will. So that's just how it actually it works. You know what I mean? So it's just waiting until you get it, or, you know, again, like you have a lot of, content creators, Justin, such as yourself, who, you know, can gain or provide the confidence for people to actually go out and purchase it, because again, you know this, you have it in hand, and you do great reviews, you know. But at the same time, for a lot of people, yes, I knew that. So
Justin was like, "That's great. I love to hear it."
I'm just playing, but but with that basically being said, though, I would still say, like, you got to err on the side of caution, because again, it's just financial. Just financially, you got to be responsible. We say that shit all the time. You know what I mean? You have to, because these things are pricey. So just be careful, you know, and be selective, because like we keep saying, just because, and again, I agree that Aragorn is incredible, but it just doesn't fit the scheme of what I actually have in my collection. Therefore, I'm not going to get it. But it's not saying that it's not a perfect looking piece. It's just that I can't see myself going down that line. You know what I mean? For that, I mean, I love Lord of the Rings. I love the films, but I'm not going to go down that line. You know what I mean? I just won't. But I'm happy for everybody else who does it. You know what I mean? But again, you got to be selective about what you get. Now, we talked about this also this morning. If they basically give us a reversion of their version of the Dark Knight Rises, if they give us a 2-pack with that in a Christian Bale Bruce Wayne 2-pack, that's a definite buy for anybody. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to get it, because again, you know, we see what they can actually do already. I would love to actually have that piece, definitely. So who knows? I mean, if they go down and, you know, and we also have, you know, the Ben Affleck Batman, and if they give us his version of Bruce Wayne as well, you never know. That could work. But you have to be connected to the piece. It has to be something that speaks to you, and it's something that you know, are really a fan of. Fandom's out there and it's wild, but you got to be a fan of the piece and collect it. Don't just do it just because everybody else is talking about it, because then, to me, you just riding that bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like, this is how it is, because then you get it in hand and you're like, okay, what else can I do? What else do I need? You know what I mean? And then before you know it, it's like, damn, I don't have the money, because you got something that you definitely did not need. So again, if it's something that you like, yeah, go ahead. You know, if you ordered the Joker and you saw the Batman and you wanted that piece as well, if you're a DC fan, that's a no-brainer. You were going to do that. You know what I mean? But again, if you're a DC fan and you're collecting something that's Lord of the Rings and you really don't like Lord of the Rings, nah, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense. Absolutely. Well, I got to bring up my boy Pennywise. So, you know, we can't like skip him, you know, so he's kind of important. So, Carlos, what do you think, man? Is it smart for people to pre-order multiple NR figures? What are you expecting here?
So if people are just ordering to, you know, ride that bandwagon of NR, I'm going to say ride it, baby, because these figures are amazing.
That was unexpected.
You know, to go ahead and, yeah, like you have to be responsible, right? All that stuff, like Layal said. Yes, 100%. But aside from that, or on top of that, right? If you love the character, man, and, you know, you think it's good, I would pre-order it, just because right now, like, in this game,
that thing,
you know, it's hard to say, but you put $40, $50 down, and, you know, if you don't end up liking it, you may lose that. If you work with a certain retailer, expect, you may be able to get that back as credit. So many can help you, you know. But like I don't like Pennywise as a character. He's cool and all, you know. But
I'm gonna kick you, dude.
This has to look. This is really good. Like, you have to admit, this looks good. And I've said, you know, if the Joker comes out great, which they did, Gandalf comes out great, and then Pennywise comes out great. So the first 3 figures, I think we're gonna see a lot more of these pre-orders that are sitting. They're going to start selling out a lot faster, or they're going to, you know, people are going to start pre-ordering a lot more, just because there's more confidence for more people. I pre-order it, and I also understand that it may mean I may lose that pre-order money. Losing $40, $50, $60, unfortunately, in this hobby is something that happens a lot. You know, I think we take chances and gambles and things like that all the time. And it's not that I'm saying like everyone needs to be, you know, we're rich and that's what everyone should be doing, but that's pretty common in this hobby and pretty normal. Like, hey, you put a pre-order, like the Mark 5 suit up. Maybe someone ordered it from, like, I don't know, Comic Concepts, who doesn't refund you at all, right? You're going to lose that deposit, but you're like, but I don't want that fucking figure anymore. Like, you know, and you're done. Or maybe you go through Sideshow and you've gotten enough refunds and they won't refund you anymore. well, then you're done there as well. You know what I mean? You're gonna take that chance sometimes. And I think on a character that you like, on a prototype that you like, these are just that a prototype that you like, then you take that gamble, right? And if it fits financially for you, and you're not extending yourself, do it. Like I've heard a few people be like, yeah, I'm not even into Lord of the Rings, but I just want to get Aragorn because I love him he looks so good. Don't do that. You're gonna end up hating it. But if you like it, like layout, but maybe he just doesn't fit, then that's fine too. But it depends. I'm just saying, Aragorn is going to be like the dark side Anakin for layout. He just doesn't realize it yet. Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, layout messaged me the other day. He was like, does Kit still have it? I was like, if you want it, it's still there. So,
he's going to be like,
I did because like I said, I was talking to Toya about it, and she's like, it does look like a beautiful piece. But then we sat there and talked about it, and we, we're down here looking at everything, and she's like, well, you like it, right? Where does it fit? Looking at everything that you basically have, where does it fit?
Yeah.
That's and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it doesn't. Like
that's
it really,
future
really
layout's
doesn't.
problem. That's future layout's problem.
Nope. But see, the thing is, then I'm going against everything
foresight.
that we're actually talking about, which is buying stuff that we don't necessarily need when you can actually put that money towards something that is necessary. Something that you want. Like for me, again, whenever they release it, don't know when they're going to do it or if they're still going to do it. If they do Wonder Woman, then I'm and I mean, definitely land on that piece. And that's just a no-brainer for me. You know what I mean? If they do that, Ben Affleck Batman, I would love to have that one too, because I've always, and I hope the reason why I really want to do that piece, because as much as I liked it from Hot Toys, I wasn't a fan of the fat suit that restricted any type of, posing or movement from that piece. I know with InArts, at least I'll get less of the fat suit, more dynamic with the cow. At least they'll give us accuracy. You know what I mean? And that's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm praying that someday they consider doing Batman Begins, because then hopefully we get a really decent piece from it. But again, that's me looking at the things that I want versus the things that I don't necessarily need in my collection, because then it's just going to sit there. And I'm just going to be like, for instance, this quarter scale Mando, I don't need it. I just don't.
Okay, but I guess to counter that, okay, is like it's your collection, you do it fits. Where would Harry Potter fit? Because they're making a Harry Potter, and you love.
It's little, so I can fit underneath.
I love Harry Potter, and I could create a section for it. I mean, that's the thing. Here's the thing.
Point. Wouldn't you want to create like a little shelf just for Lord of the Rings?
But you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm more of a fan, honestly, and people can hate me for it. I'm more of a fan of Harry Potter than I am of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean, that's
fair. That's fair. I mean,
I am.
Will
because
like Pennywise, no one makes fun of him.
Exactly. So that right there, I would love to see, and I would love to actually have those characters, because again, like I have a connection to them because I love the IP. Whereas I love the IP of Lord of the Rings, but I don't love it enough to basically buy the figures.
So you love Harry Potter enough to create a shelf for it, but you don't love Lord of the Rings enough to create its own shelf or section for it.
No.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't say that's bad. I'm saying that makes sense.
I just don't. Like, I just, again, but that's not to say that I'm not happy for everyone else
of course,
who are getting, if you're getting that piece, that's completely cool. That's fine. But, for me, I'd rather invest in something than I necessarily want, than I wanted. And then more of the draw for me with this was knowing that, they're going to actually give us the bat cycle as well, and I'm pretty sure that what they'll release is going to be more accurate, and it'll be, at least spot on. We'll probably get some die cast pieces on that, I'm hoping. So I'm excited about that. So,
I mean, I've pre-ordered all of these. I pre-ordered Pennywise even at one point, but I was like, I just got it because I think it looks too good. Then I canceled it. But like on Harry Potter, honestly, I grew up, with him and his little stupid scar. So I may get it depending how good it looks. I'm like still 50-50 on it. It has to look really good. But then I'm like, people are going to look at it and be like, oh, wait, you have Harry Potter, but you're married.
It'll probably be an older one, right?
Virgin, you know what I mean? No, they're going to do the first one.
Oh,
that's what John said.
I would be in for like badass, like a little bit dirty, a little battle damage, from the end of the series.
The last Harry Potter,
I would entertain.
I thought John said
it'd be cool, like him fighting Voldemort.
I think it might be Sorcerer's Stone, right? Yeah,
it's from the first one, right, Leo?
I'm not sure. I have no idea. I don't know if that's what they said we're going to do. But
all I know is when I was in Vegas with the CEO and Johnny, we went into this Hollywood prop like replica warehouse thing. Like they had real props, and anyway, they had a life-size Harry Potter like waxwork thing on display, and Johnny and I were looking at it like, oh my god! And Jason came over. The CEO is like, oh, okay. And then Johnny was like, we're gonna do better than this, right? And he was like, of course we're gonna do better than this.
They will.
So yeah, don't worry. They're gonna do a good job with Harry Potter. But yeah, if it was the first movie, I wouldn't be interested. But if it was like a little bit older, Daniel Radcliffe,
I might
imagine the rooted hair, the glass.
You know what?
Frame.
I owned the wand at one point.
This is
I don't know if
why
you guys knew that.
this is why the first version would bode well, and
Okay.
why I think and this is my philosophy around that.
Mhm.
If they did the first one right, this is
Mhm.
what it proves, that you can create 6-scale children and it be profitable, and people would buy it.
Okay.
Because Hot Toys doesn't give us those things, bro.
They're
Right.
so
They don't
scared.
give us small kids,
so scared.
and they're scared of that.
Yeah.
So if they do that, I think, and especially you got a lot of Harry Potter fans, bro. There's a lot of people out there that love it, and that would probably get the line. It's just, I mean, I'm just saying, if they did, I don't know which version that they would actually give us first, but I know me myself, I would definitely want to get it.
Yeah.
And I would.
Do you own the
go in.
wand?
Hey, do I own one?
Yeah.
I have 3 of them.
See,
Oh,
there you
you?
go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I
There
have
you go.
them.
I
I have
owned one
3
at
of
one
them.
point.
He has
but
a
I did it
Harry
for other
Potter shelf
reasons.
for the Inarch.
Yeah,
it
upstairs,
for
bro. You got to
There
check it out.
He's ready.
Yo,
He's ready to go.
So Will wanted to call this out real quick, and he didn't think we didn't know.
What's up?
Justin, I'm sorry, you didn't even see this anyway. Carlos muted himself and went off camera because he farted. I'm just letting you know. I'm calling him out every time he does it on his show. He muted himself
Wow.
and he went black
I didn't
because
see
he
it.
farted because he's struggling. He's sweating, bro. I'm telling you, I can
He's
see it.
struggling.
He's struggling, bro. I'm just letting you know.
I
Just
told
give it a
you,
couple minutes.
if you have to go poop and you sit down, it goes away. Now, when you stand up, you got problems. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm
Then
good.
you got issues. Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
worry
just
about.
keep
Yeah,
sitting.
I'm good right now.
Wow.
I'm just
Clenching.
shiny because I'm oily. I'm
Nah, that's what it's
You're
You're
oily.
sweating.
It's the lighting. It's
I'm
it's
sweating.
just
Yeah.
the
environment.
lighting is the
It's
stupid
hot,
light.
sweating.
Can I just
Well,
say this
what's up,
Batman?
Justin?
I got the Queen Studios 3rd scale, the Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman on the weird car base. But anyway, I got that Batman on Friday, and if the head sculpt on this
making me
turns
sweat.
out,
Uh-huh.
he's sweating. He's worried.
Yeah.
If it turns out paint application wise as good as the 3rd scale, it is insanely good.
Okay.
I am blown away with how good that statue is. I'm reviewing it this week, and the 3rd scale police Joker, but I got the one with the rooted hair, Robert Pattinson, Bruce Wayne head sculpt. Oh my god, it is.
Well, I'm
so
with you, Justin. I
freaking
thought
good.
everything about that Queen statue looked amazing besides the base. I thought everything else looked great.
Even in person, the base is okay. Although to turn the lights on the base, guess where the switch is?
The
Underneath.
front.
No. The worst possible place on a super heavy statue. The worst possible place to put the light switch.
Okay, hold on.
Underneath.
That's what I thought. Underneath. Yeah.
Oh, underneath.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have to somehow lift up this heavy ass statue and then underneath. They couldn't have like put it around the front where you wouldn't be able to see it, like, you know, on the back of Batman. No. Underneath. I don't know how I'm gonna like. Well, how do you even?
Gotta
So,
get in
so
there,
every
Justin.
time you want to turn it on, you have to take him off the statue and then flip it over, turn
Or
it on,
lift
then
the
put
whole
him
thing
back
if you're
on.
brave enough.
Yeah, no. No.
Yeah, no.
But
That'd be
Justin
pretty
has
dumb.
big arms though, so he can.
Yeah,
do
Justin can do it. Justin can
He
do
has
it.
big arms. You can do
Maybe.
it. You have small
If,
arms.
if anyone's buff enough, it's Justin. So we're gonna make it happen, guys.
I'll take it,
let's
thank you.
let's address the super chat we got. I think for Justin. So thank you so much, Nick Martelli. Thank you so much. Justin mentioned Gandalf's Moria staff will light up at the crystal. Is that accurate, Justin?
That's what I was told when the CEO was next to me while I was filming the videos, and he was like, "This will light up. This is going to happen." They said that they were working on a different type of technology for moving eyes, which I was really excited about, specifically for Pennywise, which hopefully will excite Will. Because, you know,
Yes.
with the Joker, they've got the one joystick with the eyes that move them both. But with Pennywise, you want him to be able to do the, you know, eyes in different direction thing, the creepy thing.
Right.
So they didn't tell me if this was going to be on Pennywise, but he said it would work for Pennywise, but going forward, it's what they want to do. And he showed me a video of it working on a prototype. Is a little magic wand, if you will, that's a magnet that you hold in front of the eye, and you can move the eye just with the magnet rather than having to take off and fuck up the hair, removing a back panel. So you put the magnet in front of the eye, you move it left and right, up and down, and you can do the same thing on the other side. Genius. I love that. The less having to take off a panel and ruin the rooted hair on something, the better. I don't want to stuff around with that. I don't want to do that. So yes to the light up, and yes to the magnet eyes. I love that idea. Please do that for the final for Pennywise. I would love to see that.
Are you going to review it, Justin? Are you going to review the Pennywise?
Yeah, I'll review.
See,
it.
there we go. All right, you just got to keep it. That's the next step. You got to.
I'll do it for you, Will. I didn't keep the Hot Toys one, but I really wanted to because I'd already promised it to Dean Knight. He'd already made the deal with me. I said I'm going to review it. I'm going to sell it to you, and then he was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I'll buy it off you." I was like, "Okay." But then afterwards, I even said to him, "I was like, I don't know," and he's like, so excited to get it. I'm like, damn, I can't do it.
Yeah, just like yeah. And then the in art one though. I'm really excited. Really excited.
You know what one though is all mine. I don't know where the hell that's going to go. I'll put it in the back somewhere, like creeping out.
Yeah, well, the base is pretty big, isn't it? It's like a big like theater type base. Like it's
You don't have to use
With
the
the
backdrop if you don't want to. You can just have the front piece, which is wood, by the way. It's all real wood, real curtain. You know, real materials are nice. We like real materials.
Yeah, I do too. Absolutely. So, guys, let's move on to our next topic. I think we got time for one more because Last of Us is coming up anytime now. So, yeah, we're a little bit on the clock here. So, what I want to ask you guys is the top 3 best Hot Toys on pre-order right now. So, this could be anything that's still up for pre-order that has not released yet. We can count it. So, I know, I don't know if anyone has anything prepared. If not, it's totally fine because I'm going to bring up whatever you want on the screen. So, think about it and then we'll roll through it. But I want to just, I'm going to go with Justin first. Justin, top 3 Hot Toys on pre-order right now. Hit us with them.
I'm going to go with the off-the-wall one. Like, you wouldn't expect it.
Is it the one from, what was on the Asian film or whatever? Like Johnson or whatever?
Yeah, not that off the wall. Not that.
Yeah, that's real off the wall. Yeah.
That is real off the wall. But something that, it was like a flash in the pan. Like, everyone got real excited when it was announced and then... Like, we haven't really spoken about it much. The 1973 version of Wolverine from Days of Future Past.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've been speaking about that next level. I reckon that's it. We've got the seamless forearms. We've got the real leather jacket. We've got the dope diorama base. We've got that insane head sculpt. I mean, that is next level, I think. So that's probably number 1. I started at number 1. I should have started at number 3.
That's fine.
That's my number 1.
Okay. Number 1.
Damn,
that is pretty dope though, Justin. You're right. Real leather jacket, the forearms, like, you know. And after they did that, we were like, oh, they're gonna do leather for everything. Nope.
And sculpted forearms for everything, but we haven't seen it again.
Hot Toys was like, nope, don't get used to it.
Damn.
So Justin, what's number 2? What's number 2?
Number 2, it's a tie for me. So let's just say number 2 and number 3, because we're going down my list, I guess. They're even, but number 2, Anakin from episode 2. That might just be one of the finest head sculpts that I have ever seen. Not just from them, but from any company. That literally looks like a photo of him. And he's insanely good. And the little curlies, the little baby hair along the front, like that is, we've never seen that from them before, but I actually really like that. It kind of blends that, because his hair will probably be removable to move the eyes, obviously. It blends that seam line perfectly between the hair and the hairline. I mean, I don't think that an episode 2 Anakin could look any better than that does right there. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, dude, it's really dope. And they got the little baby hairs, Justin, like you mentioned.
You're going to have baby hairs.
The baby hairs. And it's, I did look that up, Justin. They are accurate. Yeah.
Yep. They are accurate. And we haven't even spoken about the tailoring. But the tailoring, especially with that robe, with the split, like it's such a different design for a Jedi robe. Awesome. Makes me so happy. So that's my number 2. Again, we're going down the list. Number 3, I'm really struggling to pick because there are a lot of figures on pre-order. Obviously, Hot Toys make a lot of stuff.
Justin, it's got to. I know one you've forgotten, but I don't want to spoil it. So I feel like it's got to be in everyone's top 3. But we're gonna see if you pick it.
Vader? I'm gonna go with the most obvious one. But there are. Let's just say this: a lot could have been on my list. Yes. I'm going to call it the iconic suit, the new red and blue suit from No Way Home. I know it's such a cop-out because everyone loves this. But that head sculpt, again, truly sensational. That is an insanely good head sculpt. And that suit, chef's kiss. Pure, classic Spidey, just with a little bit of a modern flair with some, extra line work and detailing.
So that should make this so hard to search for things.
They actually genuinely do. I've struggled with search on the site so many times. I don't even know what to search for.
Anyway, sorry, Justin. Didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I don't even know how much further I can go with this. I mean, proportions, the musculature underneath the suit, the shape and the size of those lenses, classic Spidey through and through. Look at that. And the fact that we have the skin tone neck finally. Like, that's something that we've been asking for a very long time. Because when Spidey pulls off his mask, his suit doesn't go like under his face. You know, his neck is exposed. So finally we have that. We've got moving eyes and a Tom Holland head sculpt for the first time. There's a lot to like here for a Spidey fan. There's a lot to like here.
Yeah.
So
there's some pretty good choices. I'm surprised Justin no DX Vader. I thought DX Vader would be the easy top
I like
3
Vader.
choice.
I like Vader, but we have had quite a few Vaders.
That's true.
So, you know, he's very similar to Rogue One. It's just that we've added a half-mast head sculpt, which I love. Don't get me wrong, but I'd put him at maybe 5 or 6 on the list. Still in top 10, but not quite top 5 or 3.
That's reasonable. I mean, Justin, if you were gonna have one Spider-Man Tom Holland, this is the one. I mean, this is the best one.
100% the one. Like, it's not even a question. Like,
no,
this
not
is
even
it.
at all. No, you could get the Doctor Strange one that's inaccurate. That'd probably be second, but you know, that'd be number 2. But you know, anyway, I guess we'll find out. But I want to jump to Leal. So Leal, top 3 hot toys on pre-order. What do you think, bro? Because I know Carlos wants to go last week and think about his answers.
Okay, no, he's farting. But I would actually say, number 3. Number 3, I definitely want to agree with Justin on this one, man. That Wolverine, you know, when that dropped, bro, and when they released it, I was like, I couldn't pass that up, bro, because that thing is so amazing. The base, the leather jacket or pleather jacket, it is.
It's real leather.
I think it's leather. Yeah.
Well, it's improvement. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Animation.
So, yeah.
So, you know, definitely that. I love the head sculpt. I loved everything about this figure, bro. That base. I was like, yeah, I can't pass it up. It's such an incredible version. It would look so good next to both Deadpool and Cable. If you had it, it would really go good with those figures if you had it on the display. That one. Now, my next 2, again, my own personal preference, because I'm going off of head sculpts, what I want to have in my collection, and what will look decent. So people won't be a fan of my selections. I'm just preferencing it that way. So understand that.
All right.
With that said, my number 2 is Reva. I love that head sculpt.
Okay.
It is incredible. It is incredible. I cannot wait to have that piece in hand. Same. That is one of the dopest head sculpts I've seen in a long time. They completely nailed Moses Ingram. I love this piece, especially, like I said, she's an Inquisitor. I can't wait to actually have this piece in my hand. So I'm excited about that. My number 1 actually is crazy enough, and a lot of people, you know, we know. All right, so honorable mention is definitely going to be Vader. We have Anakin, stuff like that. I know that, but I'm talking about what's going to come before those pieces for me. So for me, Casca Reeves, number 3, bro.
Oh,
that head sculpt is incredible.
Okay.
I cannot wait. That head sculpt, bro, they nailed it. Like, they nailed it. Like, I cannot wait to get this piece, and I'm hoping it stays this way. The only thing that I'm going to probably be disappointed with, and I'm already preparing myself, is that it's going to be single jointed elbows. We already know it is.
Posing be limited.
It's going to be limited. Posing is going to definitely be limited. But for that head sculpt, I'm completely fine with it. That looks incredible. This piece I cannot wait for. What'd you say? Yeah. I know, right? They come on, like, why can they not just give us a, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Have Bo-Katan without the helmet, Casca Reeves without, and then just Axel just awkwardly standing there with his helmet
with the helmet.
What the hell?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, why they did that, bro. I don't. And the thing is, it's like, even if you saw like the prototype picture with him holding it, he didn't look happy, bro. He was just like, it was like a fake smile. He was just like,
me.
Yeah,
that's true. I forgot about that.
Where am I at? Like, ain't nobody else.
He was probably like,
yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. But yeah, that definitely, I want that in my collection. I mean, the obvious choice would have been everything else, but I'm just going in the order of where I see things releasing before, whatever. That, I mean, again, that not to have Wolverine on my list is insane, bro, because I cannot wait for that figure. And I have someone who's basically making me a customized leather coat with the fur from the game with I mean, not the game, from the comics. Ooh. With the hat, you know what I mean? So I can actually swap out those pieces. So I'm so excited about that. But yeah, bro, I cannot wait.
Nice.
I cannot wait. But that's my top 3.
Those are some awesome choices, man. Well, Carlos, what do you think, man? What are your top 3 on pre-order right now?
On pre-order, okay. So I won't say the ones that are gonna release because they're still technically in pre-order.
You could if you want to.
Yeah, I won't. So number 3, I will say then it's the No Way Home Spider-Man. Right, I think that figure looks amazing. I wasn't a big fan of the upgraded suit, the integrated suit.
Me neither, bro.
Wasn't a fan of it. Really like this one. So what I'm trying to do, and I know it's inaccurate, but I don't give a shit because it's my collection. So what I'm gonna do is the integrated suit. I'm gonna get the base deluxe or the deluxe base, and then I'm gonna put the No Way Home final suit figure on top of it. And one of our mods did a Photoshop, and it looks pretty good. So man, I love this suit a lot. It looks great. I actually ended up selling my movie promo one because I was just like, I'm just gonna get ready for it. It's time to get rid of this. And with the head sculpt,
amazing, bro.
Yeah, bro. And I'm gonna showcase this without the mask, and Toby and Andrew, same thing. You know what I mean? Without the mask. So that's my plan. So that'll be number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me, and I know some people don't like it, but again, I don't give a shit. It's the Black Panther. So I know some people
bro.
So some people don't like the head sculpt.
God about that. Oh my god, hell yeah.
But I bought the custom head sculpt, the one that Justin has, and I think that's gonna look really great. And I'm gonna pop it on top of this one. And this is my second most anticipated figure or pre-order. So I have this on pre-order, ready, paid off, and everything. I only have like 3 figures pre-order, so that's one of them. Yeah, man. People think I'm over here trying to take a shit and stuff. Look at Riley.
Riley, speaking facts.
And every time you make me laugh, it's like I'm laughing and I'm jumping up and down, and you're making my shit come down faster.
Yeah, it's
true. Oh my god, what kind of?
We're gonna have to end this anytime now.
Exactly. And then my last one would be a Moon Knight. So I actually really like the show a lot. So I like Moon Knight a lot. So
yeah.
This would be it for me.
We didn't get a head sculpt with him, huh?
No. But if they ever do a custom one, then maybe I would do it. But I love the show a ton. So Moon Knight, Black Panther, and Spider-Man for me. So, I love this, man.
Plastic.
Those are some good choices
in the background. God damn.
You guys very much surprised me here. That no one rattled off my boy, Cad Bane.
Okay.
Because no one really cares.
Dude, everyone cares about Cad Bane, bro.
He's dope.
Cad Bane is sick. Come on.
He's dope. But I mean, when you talk about, it's dope. Don't get me wrong. And I'm definitely going to get this piece.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the artistry of these head sculpts, bro. Like,
small.
They should have made the hat bigger, bro.
Like from the Clone
Wars. They definitely should have gave us like a big,
just a little bit bigger, a little bit more brim. Come on.
You know what I mean? Give us a Kung Lao hat, bro. Like, come on, man.
He's blue Clint Eastwood. That's what he is. Like he's
a badass. No denying.
Yeah, I was looking at. That's why I was bugging.
Dude, and swappable face plates. I'm all about that life. So Cad Bane would be number 2. Of course, number 2 has got to be Shang. I'm putting Shang-Chi and Wenwu together. They're a double.
Yes,
pack.
Will.
So Shang-Chi and Wenwu. Yes, what's up?
They should have done, if they were going to give sculpted forearms to anyone, Shang-Chi, 100%. It's the only exposed joint on the entire boy. So
yeah.
And Justin, maybe you can kind of cover them with the rings like this a little bit. You can hide it and make it work. But I get what you're saying. Maybe they'll add it, but I doubt it. So maybe they'll add it before
could probably,
release.
If you can pop them off, then you can get. There's a third party, not a third party. There's a World Box. I'm pretty sure they make a set of sculpted forearms that can just pop on true type bodies. So maybe you can pop them on. I'm gonna try. Why the hell not?
Well, Justin, I honestly think this is the best head sculpt maybe Marvel Hot Toys has ever done. I mean, it's really it's like a 10. I mean, it's really, really good. So I cannot wait to get him. And of course, it's funny I don't even have this one on PO yet, but I do am gonna get it because I'm on the wait list for the exclusive version.
Oh, man.
It's got to be this one. I mean, I would say most.
Me and Carlos went on this bitch first day. Carlos hit me up in the morning. He was like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Did you get it with the exclusive?" I was like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah, I probably should have. I'm on the wait list though, so I think it'll convert.
You need that base, Will. Look at that.
You need that, bro.
Yeah.
You had to,
because you can still get him, Justin, with this, but the deluxe or the exclusive one comes with the hologram. So basically, the hologram. That's all it is. But I kind of want it just because it's like, dude. Anytime something like sells out or something, and say you want to move on from an 8 point, if you have that little hologram, people are like, "I'll pay for it." I want that hologram. So Vader's got to be number 1. This Vader figure is just incredible. So as much as I love that Loki from TVA, I don't think it's the iconic Loki. So it's good.
Fair enough.
It's a great one, but Anyway, guys, it's time for Last of Us, so we got to end this show.
Yeah, we got to end it now, bro, because it's on right now. Bro.
I know.
Like,
we got to go.
literally-
Leo, what's coming up on your channel, bro?
Nothing. Last of Us.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Everybody, I didn't say that all day this week. Last of Us, bro. I mean, look, tune in this week. If you know what shows I show like last week, it's going to be the same thing this week, just different content. So tune in if you haven't already, man. Straight up. Come up, we talk with friends tomorrow. Say What Wednesday. Uncivilized Scoundrels Thursday, and Figure Flex Friday. Let's go.
There you go. All right, so Justin, thanks so much for joining, bro. What's coming up on your channel?
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. I feel really kind of annoyed because you all get to watch Last of Us, but Steph wants to watch Last of Us with me, and it's 1 p.m. here, so she's at work.
Oh,
so, like,
dude,
Watch it.
Do I just
And
watch
it again.
I don't know. I feel bad doing it. Maybe I will.
Just
but,
don't tell me.
I just won't say anything. But you see when we go on a binge and you see the line, like it's about.
Yeah, she'll be like, what's that? You'd be like, what? Clicked
What's
it
that?
accidentally.
I was like, oh, you know, I don't know. How
Watch it and then
happened.
rewind it to the beginning.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, the level. But
know.
yeah, I've got
I'm
just
just-
review.
Yeah, bro.
Reviews coming up.
I'm just saying
Yes,
right
I
now
am.
because I'm gonna pull one of Will's tricks or anybody else's trick. As soon as we go off, I'm clicking out. So I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no, right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll be quick. We just got DeLorean coming up, and
Yep.
AJ asked earlier if anyone has a sculpted hair Joker in hand. I do, so I'll be reviewing that this week.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Nice.
there's so much third party that I have to review here. There's the GTA 5 figures. I have all 3 of them, so I really want to get cracking on that. And there's plenty more surprises coming up. So just stay tuned. A lot of reviews.
Nice.
Justin,
That's
I have to say this real quick. You were right.
Yes, sir.
That fucking
Oh.
boss man figure from So Toys is
Oh,
Chef's
so good.
kiss, bro. It is. Love it.
Leo, we got Tori in the
Yes.
chat. She's ready to turn on HBO.
I know. So
yeah,
let Carlos go, bro. 'cause he got
So
a poop,
Carlos,
too.
what's up, bro? What's coming up in place for collecting?
Nothing. It's gotta take a shit. So I'm gonna do that now.
Good to know, bro.
Wow.
Well, that means
I'm
we
gonna
can
do
end
that
it. Well, yeah. So we'll just
cannot
edit it.
wait.
Like we'll let Carlos shit. We'll let me watch Last of Us, and Leo and Toya and Justin watch Last of Us without Steph, and it's gonna be awesome. So guys,
We won't
thank
tell.
you so much for watching. Go watch Last of Us on HBO
I'm
Max
not
right
sweating.
now. Thank you so much. Lots more content coming on this channel, but I don't have time to talk about it now. But we'll talk about it later. We're gonna let Carlos shit. Bye.